I just need you to see the difference between these three. So you're probably going to have a multiple choice question that's going to say circle all the ones that are examples of exponential growth. So this is an example of exponential growth. This is an example of exponential growth. It's the idea that this number is greater than 1. Okay? An example of exponential decay. Another example of exponential decay. It's the idea that it's between 0 and 1. What is right here is between 0 and 1. Two examples of ones that are neither is 0.97x. That's a linear equation. That is not exponential. If I had y equals 3 times negative 0.97 to the x, you can't have a negative growth. It doesn't make sense. You're either growing or you're decaying. You can't have negative. It just doesn't make sense. You can have negative growth if you start with something negative. So this has got to be between 0 and 1 for it to be decay. This has got to be greater than 1 for it to be growth. Okay? So it says I lose 7% of my investment. So I had 100% and I lose 7%. I'm left with 93% of my investment, 0.93. And you initially invested 2567 times 0.93 to the x. Now it does say write a function, so I should be doing f of x. And that's all I wanted for that. If I ask you a question that says, after 7 years, what would it be? You would plug in 7 for x. All I want you to do in this one is convert it to logarithmic form. Log x 6 equals 12. All I want for you to do to this one is change it to exponential form. That's it. You need to show me that you can demonstrate those two things. This one, I need you to simplify it. Log 7 seventh. So I see a fraction, so I'm going to use my calculator. And I'm going to go 7 to the second. Nope. 7 to the third. Yep. So it's 7 cubed. But this is really 1 over 7 cubed, which is 7 to the negative 3. So then that means that's really negative. Now little turns big times 1 is negative 3. You don't have to show me all this, honestly. If you just know that that's negative, I'm okay with it. This one, I try to go log 8, but I can't make the 8 into a 17. So I have no choice, and I have to use my calculator. And now I go clear, log 17 divided by log 8 based on that rule. And I get 136. The 2 means it stays, so it's 136. Let's go to the next one. Express as a single log and simplify. So I remember when it's adding really means multiply. Yes, you need to show this work. Now I need the base the same. Little turns big, and I'm good to go. This one, whenever it's subtraction means divide. Oops, that's a 3. Make it so the base matches. Little turns big, and I'm good to go. Okay? This one is a little bit more difficult. This is in base 10. So I need to make that into base 10. Some of you go, but I can't do it. Yes, you can. Watch this in the calculator. Point, how many zeros are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Second PRB turns it to a fraction. Oh, it didn't turn it into a fraction. Okay. So sorry, I thought the PRB button would work, but it doesn't. This really means 1 with 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros on the bottom. This is the same thing as 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 over 10 to the 4th is the same thing as 10 to the negative 4. Now little turns big, and I get negative 4. Let me do another example, because I bet that intimidated you. If I have log to the 0.01, it's in base 10. So I know I need log 10, 10. This is 1/100ths, which I think is easier for you to say than this one, which is 1/10,000ths. But you know this is 1/100th. Or 1 penny. How many pennies are in a dollar? 100. So that's 1/10 squared, which is 10 to the negative 2. So that's going to be negative 2. And then little would turn big, and it's negative 2. Okay, hopefully that helped a little bit. All right, so next one, log 1/3. So I want this to be 1/3. And I know this little turns big because it's distracting me right now. So when I see 81, 81 is the same thing as 3 to the 4th. But the problem is I need the 3 on the bottom. So if I turn it to 1/3 to the negative 4th, then it will match. This is gone. Little turns big. Negative 16. Let me do another one of those so you can see. If I have log of 1/5, 25 cubed. First thing I do is make that little, big, I'm sorry. I'm just baby stepping you through it. I would want this, if this is 1/5, I want this to be 1/5. This is a whole number, I need it to be a fraction. 25 is the same thing as 5 squared. So if I go 1/5 squared, that becomes negative. So that would be 1/5 to the negative 2. That would turn big. Negative 2 times 1 times that 3 would be negative 6. 2 examples, same problem. Last one, little turns big times 1. Yes, you need to show this work. And that's the first page.